Strange but true stories. Tales from the light side, the dark side, and the other side. I'm Steve White. Deathbed confessions are mostly reserved for movies or books, the individual hanging on to life by a thread, reaching out to a loved one to tell a deep, dark secret from the past before their last breath passes their lips. It is a dramatic plot device that usually sends the story barreling to the good part. Unless your family has deep, dark secrets they've been hiding, chances are not many, if any of us, has ever experienced a deathbed confession from a loved one. But here are two so-called deathbed confessions, though neither is making their confession in an actual bed, made by men who claim to have proof and to have made contact with extraterrestrials. In March 2013, a 77-year-old man claiming to be a former CIA agent was videotaped and interviewed by UFO researcher Richard Dolan at an undisclosed location. The man, who was never identified in the video, had been given only months to live after his doctor informed him his liver was failing. He wanted to get the information out to people before he died. He told of being drafted into the military in 1958, going through several courses including signal training, radio teletype, and a cryptography course. He learned quickly and was top 5 in his class, giving him the privilege of becoming an instructor and capturing the attention of a CIA recruiter. After a period of time with the agency, he was included on the team working on Project Blue Book. Project Blue Book was a series of studies and investigations conducted by the Air Force from 1952 through late 1969, dealing with reports of UFOs. The gentleman claimed that a number of cases in Project Blue Book were completely false, but didn't say which ones or give a reason why that would be the case. He remembered being a fresh-faced farm boy thrust into the middle of UFO and extraterrestrial investigations and feeling a bit overwhelmed. He was brought up to speed quickly with a report from his superior about evidence they had of grays, aliens, and the Roswell incident. He spoke of MJ-12, which was reportedly a special and secret committee convened in 1947 by Harry Truman that was composed of scientists, military brass, and agents tasked with recovering and studying alien craft. The FBI says MJ-12 never existed, and it is all a hoax. However, the gentleman told Dolan that he and his boss visited the Oval Office one day, meeting with President Dwight Eisenhower and Vice President Richard Nixon, and were instructed to go to Area 51 in Nevada, where MJ-12 was housed, and deliver a message. Eisenhower was unhappy about the lack of communication out of MJ-12 and wanted updates. Eisenhower told the pair to tell the person in charge that they had a week to speed to Washington and give Eisenhower a report, or else he was sending the U.S. Army in to take over the base. He and a superior officer flew immediately to Nevada and gained admittance into Area 51 and the nearby S4 facility. Inside the hangars, or what he described as garage door openings of the highly secret S4 facility, the man talked of seeing the Roswell craft from the famous crash in 1947. The Roswell craft looked heavy, he said, but upon closer inspection found it to be very light and was powered by a reverse gravitational thing of some kind. He even claimed to have been given the formula for this reverse gravitational thing on a 3x5 card. But that is not the most shocking part of his story. The man claims to have been able to see a living alien housed at S4 at that time. The man described the alien as Asian-looking, though with skin that was obviously not human. It had a large head, a slender nose, its ears were merely holes in the side of its head, and it had a small mouth. So what was this wet-behind-the-ears, relatively new recruit doing in such a secret location? He claims it was so he and his boss could deliver a message to the president that they had a living alien in their possession. The man delivered the message back to the president, vice president, and J. Edgar Hoover. He closed out the interview with Dolan talking about keeping his name secret. He had used a false name while an agent of the CIA, going back to his old name after leaving the agency. He hints of talking about his experiences with a woman he names as Linda, whose phone had been tapped by the CIA. He claims he was visited by agents soon after, while in the parking lot of a grocery store. He says 2 men in dark suits stepped out of a black Lincoln and informed him that he should keep his mouth shut unless he wanted bad things to happen to him and Linda. A confusing part of the video, however, is at the end when he looks into the camera and talks of keeping his face hidden and identity shielded. Yet the entire time, he is not disguised in any way and is shown in full light. The video was shown publicly in May 2013 at the Citizens Hearing on Disclosure at the National Press Club in Washington, D.C. After seeing the video, UFO researcher Peter Robbins said that the man's confession was likely authentic. The next so-called deathbed confession comes from Boyd Bushman in 2014. Dressed in a dark suit, white shirt, and a red and blue striped tie, Mr. Bushman opens by talking briefly of his credentials. He was a senior scientist with Lockheed Martin for many years. He had a long career with them and received 27 patents for his work. He comes across as a credible presenter as he begins talking about the scientific process and showing a series of pictures. First showing shots of UFOs over Phoenix apparently taken in 2012, and then shots of craft and apparent aliens from what he calls his people. His people are aliens from a planet he referred to as Quintonia, that he says is 68 light-years away from Earth, and are guided to Area 51 in Nevada when they return for a visit. According to Bushman, their craft is 38 feet in diameter and contains 3 elements: tellurium, germanium, and palladium, and uses anti-gravity not only to make the craft lighter, but also as the propulsion. Bushman says he gave the aliens an assignment to take a picture of the planets in our solar system as they were going past on their way to Earth, and he holds up a picture apparently proving that they did, though the picture is not overly clear. He goes on to say these aliens are between 4.5 and 5 feet tall and can grow to be very old, with Bushman saying there were some that visited that would be 230 Earth years old. They are humanoid in that they have 5 fingers and 5 toes and walk on 2 legs. They communicate via telepathy. But it is the picture of an alien that Bushman holds up at the 12:51 mark in his video presentation that has caused some consternation. The alien looks like an alien that has been described by many that are similar to the Greys. However, several people noted a similarity between the alien pictured in Boyd's photograph and an alien that could be purchased at Walmart during the Halloween season. Bushman goes on to say that as of 2014, there were 18 of these creatures living here on Earth at Area 51. Bushman's video runs nearly 33 minutes, and he touches on different items including an implication that the UFO that crashed in 1947 in Roswell, New Mexico, was actually shot down by a United States Air Force plane, and shots of Bushman holding pieces of an alien craft that apparently proves the anti-gravity properties of the material. Boyd Bushman died on August 7, 2014, shortly after the video was taken, firm in the knowledge that his scientific proof he presented was the evidence we need to prove the existence of aliens. So, what do you think? Is it proof of alien life has visited Earth and perhaps lives amongst us today? Or are these 2 crackpots whose claims are nothing more than senility kicking in, or one last attention grab, going out in a blaze of glory rather than a fizzle of regret? Well, you can check out the videos in their entirety yourself. They are posted on YouTube, and links are in the notes. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and sign up for notifications by clicking the bell in the upper right to know when the next video drops to the channel. Check out our website, and hey, we have merch. Go to teespring.com and search for Strange But True. There are some t-shirts and hoodie options available, as well as a coffee mug with my name on it. Though I don't know why you would want that, but it's there. Thanks for watching this video. I'm Steve White. Until next time.